And just like that, a week of the MLB season is over, and we are here for our first in-season episode of the 206 Curve. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm Carson. That's Avery. You know the drill by now. Thank you to our loyal listeners. And if you're just jumping in right now, welcome to the 206 Curve. First week of the season, Mariners finish 3-4. To be honest with you,
Yay.
yeah, to be honest with you, I was expecting to lose that last game against Turk Scuba. And I was like 2-5 is looks a lot worse on paper than 3-4 to me. I don't know if that's because I'm delusional. But honestly, yeah, really stumbled through the week. We'll just I guess start with, we already knew what our vibes were going into the season. I don't know if we really previewed the first series with the Athletics. We previewed the Athletics, and Avery predicted AL champion Mariners. I predicted division winner. We were having
Still feel strong, baby.
still
It
feel
feels
strong.
so
That's good.
good.
I don't. But we opened the season with, Avery in attendance. Avery, you promised a food review, but I got a very underwhelming update before we started recording. Tell the people what you had at T-Mobile Park.
There's a fantastic like fried food stand up in the 300 level. It's the only spot in the stadium. I don't know what it's called. It's like if you were to stand exactly behind home plate in that section on the concourse, it's to your right, not in the wall. It's like a little pop-up stand on the back wall. I get a corn dog from there like every single game I go to. It's a fantastic corn dog. They also have like funnel cakes, which I haven't had yet, but it
I've
sounds
had.
really good.
I've had. They're
Okay.
great. I
They
know
have
the stand you're
deep
talking
fried,
about, fried Twinkies as
mm-hmm,
well.
fried Twinkies. They had fried Oreos once, like 4 years ago, and I got
Yep.
it, and that was pretty exciting, but they have not brought it back. And they have the Mariners lemonade that they make
Yeah.
is the best drink that's ever been created.
Is that
So
the one with
it
the
was a
lemon
great
in
day.
it? Or no, that's at the fair. Never mind. Or
No,
no,
they
it's
put the lemon in it.
yeah, no, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
To make less lemonade. Anyway, cool. Well, very underwhelming food review. What'd you put on the damn dog? Did you put mustard on it, ketchup? What are you
I
doing?
we had no time. We got there. We missed the first two pitches of the game, believe it or
Wow.
not. It took forever to get down there. The plan was to get there an hour early. We got there a minute early, and uh, yeah, didn't have time to get condiments. Just ate it raw
Just
and
raw dog, the
just
corn dog.
choked it down with the lemonade. Yeah, it was great. Got my girl a pretzel. And oh, I also got some Cracker Jacks. And
Okay.
update, Cracker Jacks are good.
Update always a staple with Cracker Jacks. And you sat up in right field. So that's, right? You sat up what, three?
No, I sat behind home plate
Oh,
in
okay.
the fourth row, up in the
Okay.
300 level,
That's
fourth
right.
row.
Okay, yeah, you sent
Fantastic.
me a picture. Okay. I was thinking when you were saying the section numbers, but okay, Cracker Jack's corn dog. Okay, not bad. Okay. You may have gotten there late, but luckily you were able to enjoy a good game, at least that thereof. The Mariners were victorious. They won 4-2. Logan on the mound pitched five strong, gave up two, and the Mariners kind of stumbled into the eighth inning when Jorge Polanco played savior, a go-ahead homer. Randy tied it in the seventh. Jorge hit a go-ahead in the eighth, and Andres closed it out and made it look like light work. To be honest, the vibes were still there for me. I'm like, you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Luis Severino looks a little better than I thought. We're gonna get after it. This guy named Beto is on the mound for game two. First shutout of the year. We get shut out at home.
Hey,
Absolutely
maybe Beto is so good. Maybe
no.
all these pitchers are just really good.
Nope, not good. But I
You
guess
sure?
before we get to the first shutout of the year, what are your thoughts about opening day? How did you obviously as a fan, but how'd the team look opening day? How'd you feel that went?
Um, I mean, it wasn't an enjoyable experience for 7 of the 9 innings. I mean, the pitching, Logan Gilbert looked like the ace. It looks like he's just rising. Like
Yes,
it's amazing.
absolutely great pick for opening day. Clear
Hmm.
cut. Even though Luis will get to his starts later, but yeah, clear cut
Although
opening day.
the A's don't look great. there were a lot of people's like darlings going into this season.
Mhm.
Right, maybe rightfully so. They are a pretty exciting kind of young team, but they've gotten off to a pretty rough start this year also. So I mean, you know, all these pitchers that pitch against the Mariners get all this hype, like, oh my gosh, Beto, he's the future. It's like, no, he's just pitching against the Mariners. Oh, Jackson Jobe, oh no, he's just pitching against the Mariners.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Logan Gilbert or the Mariners pitching staff against the A's. It's like, no, you're just pitching against the A's. And for the most part, and honestly, I'm kind of underwhelmed with how they pitched overall
Yeah,
so far
no,
this year.
and that brings us right to our first loss of the season, 7-0. Luis kind of gets ran a little bit early, he couldn't find his command, and then Saucedo comes in and gives up three. The long guys give up a couple extra, and the M's fall 7-0. Really nothing materializing in the offense there. Obviously, with the pitching not being on mark there, the offense just couldn't stay afloat at all. So that was really frustrating to see. I hate to get shut out, but I also hate to get shut out at home. I hate to get blown out too. I think a 7-0 loss really hurts a lot more than a 2-0 loss. So yeah, just another terrible outing for the Mariners offense. Nothing really at all. I mean, I have no notes for that game really, other than I feel that Saucedo and some guys in the pen that we kind of hyped up the front end of our pen. I think we need to. That was a heat check. Carlos Vargas came in a few times, and Bizardo came in looking kind of rough. Saucedo's been getting rocked the first couple outings he's had. Granted, his last outing we'll get to in a little bit wasn't really his situational ideal situation. But I feel like the front end is on borrowed time. I think that there's some guys in AAA that might be a little bit better. Obviously, Brash and Troy Taylor starting their rehab starts relatively soon. I think next week or the week after. So them two in the pen. So I don't know. Salcedo, he's too inconsistent for me. I feel like Spire has shown that he's really back. He had a rough season last year because he was hurt. But as far as him being a lefty in the pen, I mean, the only reason Salcedo's really in the pen right now is because he's a lefty. Um,
Where's Drew Pomeranz? Why
he had
why
a great
isn't
outing.
he?
He had a great outing in Tacoma. So
We're
yeah,
we're
that
calling for this weeks ago.
right. No, and
It's Drew
yeah,
Pomeranz or bust.
it's Drew Pomeranz or bust for sure. But I think that he'll see a shot, relatively soon. But shifting gears, the Mariners.
Wait. You skipped the biggest part of that 7-0 loss, and that
What
was
was
Master Bro went 1 for 1 and was hitting 1,000 there for on the
for
season for a
right?
stretch.
Yep, couple. He was hitting 1,000 there for a couple games. It looked good. Yeah, no. Master Boney, I'm just glad that no position players had to pitch. But yeah. So, oh, also, I hate to correct myself here, but Beto did not pitch in the second game. It was actually Jeffrey Springs who pitched a
Oh
great
yeah.
game, and he might be someone that the A's could keep an eye on. I think, like you said, against the Mariners lineup, maybe a little inflated, but I feel like Jeffrey Springs did throw really well that game. So yeah,
I like Jeff Springs. I said it during our preview
yeah,
that that was one of my favorite moves of the preseason or the of before the season
for sure.
was them picking him up.
For sure. All right. Well, yeah. So sorry. Now shifting gears. Beto was on the mound against Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller, kind of the same outing as Luis, really couldn't get deep into the game, and that was a little frustrating. Obviously, it's nothing on Bryce. I mean, he let up 3 runs. And so when you're leaving it to the bullpen to finish it out, and when you're just coming from behind, the Mariners did jump out to a 1-0 lead. Then Bryce lets up two in the fourth. We trade runs in the ninth or in the sixth, and then they get a run in the seventh, and that's kind of all she wrote. The offense kind of switched gears a little bit instead of dying in the second half, or the sorry, instead of dying in the back half of the game, they're dying in the first half. So yeah, just really frustrating. Another one where you just kind of gotta shake your head and say that's baseball. Langoliers hit a 2-run homer off Bryce, and it was up in the zone, almost jammed him, and it just shows you how some guys can really get a hold of the ball. So yeah, just unfortunate, unlucky loss there. I would chalk that one up. 7-0 loss, definitely on us. That 7-2 loss or that 2-4 loss, definitely unlucky.
Yeah, we had our chances. I mean, we were 1 for 10 in scoring, or for with runners in scoring position that game. And one thing that I'm pretty happy about in the first 7 games is the amount of walks that we're taking as a team.
For sure.
But that doesn't seem to change or matter if we still can't put bat on ball. So, you could have a whole lineup of Luis Arias's, but if
You're right.
you know, but if he's just hitting singles, no one's gonna drive him in.
Yeah, that no, that is something to know, and I appreciate you bringing that up. The Mariners do lead the American League in walks, and they're third in the MLB in walks. So it's nice to see you're cutting down on the strikeouts a little bit and getting on base. But and this is the thing too. Before we wrap up the athletic series, is I was talking to my buddy, and I'm just saying, you know what? First series of the year, you're at home. You're a little cozy. You got the magenta carpet out there. You got all the fans cheering for you. So I almost think it's better to start off the season on the road because you're kind of getting that grit. The fans aren't cheering for you. They're cheering against you. You know, you kind of get that extra motivation. But I feel like what we saw, and we can, obviously talk about this wrapping up the Tiger series as well. But I think we saw a lot of our regulars really getting into the groove. So, the first couple of games, Cal wasn't getting a hit. He was getting on base. We saw him get a couple hits. Obviously, Polanco had that crazy, first couple games, and now he's on the just fresh off the paternity list. But I feel like Randy was carrying the offense, hitting for power. I think Robles was seeing it well after the first couple games. Just needed a couple at bats. Julio, unfortunately, all signs are pointing to another slow start from him. But you know what? He has that
He is taking Julio's
right.
taking a lot of walks to start the year, which is nice. But it's a weird kind of uh, dilemma that we're facing with Julio through 7 games that he's walking a lot, but he's also swinging at pitches in the other batter's box
Yep.
again. I'm not really sure what to make of this, but yeah, he's not making contact, but he's on base a lot, which is nice.
Yes. No, and that brings us to the rubber match of the series, or actually not the rubber match. I mean, it was a 4-game set, but the Mariners had to stave off losing their first series of the year, and they did so. On Sunday, we had Brian Wool on the mound, the best start of the series, the best start of the week, if you could argue Luis as well, in the Detroit series, but Wool absolutely dominated. He let up 1 run, pitched 6 innings. He was just absolutely flawless. He had 3 hits, 1 earned run, 6 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts. JP Sears, former Mariner, went 6 and 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs. They were earned in those 2 runs via a mistake pitch to Julio Rodriguez. And he sent that one, I mean, upper deck, almost left T-Mobile. And I felt like he needed that to get started. Tyler Soderstrom, 3 homers in this series, really just haunts us. I mean, I don't understand how that could happen. But yeah, Mariners hitting woes continued, but Julio was there to save the day, and I'm glad we were able to cash in on that luck.
Yeah. And that was just another brutal game to watch. I mean, I like a pitching duel more than the next guy, but when it's the Mariners, it doesn't even feel like a pitching duel anymore. It just feels like a struggle to
For
just
sure.
to scrap it's just on repeat. So it's awesome that Julio clutched up and drove in our only 2 runs, but it was just another excruciating game, man. We didn't even get a walk in that game. We struck out 9 times, 0 walks.
Yep, and when it gets bad, even going into the series, the Detroit series 2-2, it got off to a rocky start. I previewed on our account the pitching matchup. We had Emerson, Logan, and Luis, right? So we had the upper hand because we were facing Jackson Jobe, who, I mean, number 2 prospect in baseball. I mean, making his first MLB start, so you thought maybe, could see some flashes, but you should be able to hit him around if you're a major league lineup. Then you had Casey Mize, who really just hasn't found his footing in that rotation. Glad he still has a spot, being a former number 1 overall pick. And then you had Tariq Skubal. So everyone was kind of like, okay, we got to win these first 2 because Wednesday's going to be a loss against Tariq Skubal. That was not the case. Emerson Hancock could not get through an inning. He let up 6 runs. and Dan finally pulled the plug, and it was disappointing. I mean, I felt bad for him, but it was disappointing. I wasn't mad at him at all. They were just hitting very hittable pitches. Maybe he was tipping his pitches a bit, but could not find it at all. I will say I am very proud of the Mariners offense trying to make it a game. I mean, they were backs against the wall 6-0. They definitely could have rolled over and made this like a 12-0 game. Miles Mastroboni could have been pitching at this point, but they did make it a game. Unfortunately, they fell 9-6, but yeah, just a rocky start and could be, and I hate to say it, could be the last we see of Emerson Hancock.
Man, I didn't want to be right about him. He had good velocity. It's so weird. Like his fastball looks like it moves a lot and it's 95, 96, but he just gets hit and he has not great control. Um, Man, I mean, I was worried to start before the season started. I was like, I don't know if I'm a fan of him being our five starter. I mean, if anything, it's nice that he's only the five.
Right.
Like maybe he can, he can kind of get by and be serviceable. I think that's kind of his ceiling is just like a serviceable 4 or 5 starter. But gosh, dang, that was bad. I didn't think it would be that bad. That was that was shocking. That was a big shock to the
It's
system.
unfortunate, and I mean the Detroit lineup's nothing to write home about, but I mean I think they are built and managed very well. They were coming into this series without a game one. They had to play the Dodgers to open up the year, so they
They
got
looked
beat up.
good.
And they,
They looked
yes,
really good against the Dodgers, and they
yeah,
looked really good against the Mariners. They just look like a team that's here to, make some noise this season. And I'm
right.
here for it. Just yeah, don't do it against us.
You're right, especially before the All-Star break, because that's the next time we will see them. But so yeah, flushed away that blowout. And what do? We turn to our ace, and Logan Gilbert throws another just great start. I mean, he does get kind of tagged in the first 2 innings. He lets up 3 runs in the first 2 innings. He goes 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. They were earned, but he has 10 strikeouts. Unfortunately, the Mariners decided that there was just going to be one hit today. And that one hit was Victor Robles to lead off the bottom of the first. And then the rest went down without a fight. There was nothing going on. Absolutely nothing. Casey Mize went 5 2/3, allowed one hit, 6 strikeouts, and the bullpen took care of business. And the Mariners fell 4-1.
Yeah, just another awful, awful game to watch. It's a really bad brand of baseball that we've been having to watch for the last few years. I don't really have anything to say other than it's just on repeat. Basically, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah, no, I really wanted to go into the year thinking that guys like Casey Mize wouldn't throw their best outings against our lineup. I thought that we were, doing a little bit better, or just kind of hoping that the guys would bounce back. But the fact of the matter is, before we wrap up our last game and look forward to San Fran tomorrow, or I guess at this point today, is you just look at the lineup, right? And 1 through 5, you're thinking these guys can play baseball, right? You got Julio, Victor, Randy, Cal, and even Luke Raley if you want to throw them in there. The rest of the guys aren't pulling their weight. And I think that's the unfortunate part about it is none of them have gotten out of the gates and gotten hot.
I mean, Victor hasn't been very good to start the year. He's had some good hits. Cal Raleigh has been pretty bad to start, too. Like, there's only a couple guys that have really done much, and one of them is on paternity leave. It's
Right, but now he's
just,
off. He's back. He will be
oh,
back
wait,
for
great.
San Fran. But just taking a look at the splits for the first couple games, Jorge Polanco, team MVP, leads our team in hits with 6. He's batting
In
400.
only 4 games. In only 4 games, man.
Right. So we're starting to see maybe Jorge pull up the rear, but we need someone else too as well. I mean, Victor Robles, 6 hits, 3 doubles, 3 RBI. And granted, I mean, we're looking at these stats right now, and it's really we're wasting time. I mean, because it's only been 7 games, or 6 or 7 games. So, but I more look at toward the bottom of the list. Solano, Telez, Masterbone, or Garver. And even Mastroboni, he did get a start. And it's just, they've mustered between the 4 of them 3 hits. And I mean, Rowdy Tellez has struck out 5 times. Mitch Garver as well 5 times, and Donovan Solano has been an absolute dead fish. Granted, I knew he wasn't going to set the world on fire, but he's a lefty specialist. We faced a couple lefties, and it's really disappointing that he couldn't contribute at all. So yeah, it's very frustrating.
Bold prediction: Solano's going to get DFA'd this year, and Tellez is going to get DFA'd any moment.
Wow, so you think Tellez first?
There's no way Tellez has a leash. Solano has a leash. There's no way.
Right.
They have nothing invested in Tellez. They don't
Yeah.
even have like marketing. Like they at least marketed the Solano signing. They didn't like Tellez is just a minor league invite for spring training and he played pretty well. So he's gonna get kicked out of here unless he gets things right in the next week. And then I guess they'll probably call up Austin Shenton,
Yep.
which I'll
And
be happy about.
which, right. And I would love to see a fresh face. I think I really just want to go back to, the Mariners' top end of the order is going to figure it out. Julio's going to get in a rhythm. I feel like Cal's there. I feel like Victor's there. Randy is there. And Jorge, you can slot him right there. And you got Luke Raley. But it's like JP Crawford, you got Ryan Bliss, who his defense played him into a couple starts. He's been great on defense as a second baseman. He's been
Yeah,
very
he
quick
has.
to it, and I like that. And I know not 1 through 9 is going to hit out of the park, but they have to be serviceable, man. You got to be able to hit major league pitching. You got to be able to get on base. You got to be able to figure it out somehow. So I think that's kind of going to be the point of emphasis is just to see the goal of, hey, our 1 through 6, they got to get into our rhythm, and then we got to figure out who's going to be that consistent 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
Um,
based on what I've seen, I do believe in Mitch Garver. I feel like he's looked okay, even though his stats look horrible. Dylan Moore, when I say they're gonna DFA Solano, it's because they're just gonna let Moore
right,
run, and he's just gonna replace Solano in the
right.
lineup.
No, and
Um,
and you got to factor in maybe even calling up a guy like Cole Young or Harry Ford at some point, and you got to make room for him. And Dylan can play every position. Solano can play the corners, and I think we have people who can play the corners just fine on our line or in our roster. So, you got, and just like Miles Mastroboni too. It's like, he's there, he's just there. Like, I don't know. We had to do something. It was either him or Mitch Haniger, and it's like you probably should take the positional versatility there. Um, so to wrap up what we've been talking about, we go against Tariq Skubal. Tariq Skubal, he's got the whole Seattle U going on. I love him. I mean, I dreaded having to face him. I love him. He's a great story. Seems to embrace the ace role in Detroit very well. Obviously not a Seattle native, but he pitched at Seattle U, and awesome, great story.
mhm.
Great to see his teammates out there and him helping the program that got him to the major leagues. Um, Luis Castillo definitely took that game over and said, "Listen, this is a vintage Luis Castillo outing. He pitched very well. He outpitched Skubal.
Wait,
Um,
which Luis Castillo are you talking about?
Yeah, we'll get to that. Luis M. Castillo, the Rock, La Piedra. Uh, Granted, I mean, if you look back at that game, they were just going and going, and JP gets on base via the walk, and Robles hits a ground ball to Cole Keith, and his controller disconnects. He double pumps to second. Robles is like, I'm on. Or no, sorry, it was I apologize. Robles was the one who hit him in. JP was like, "Well,
Uh,
I'm on," and Dylan was on as well. I apologize. It's been a long week. But yeah, Victor almost hits a home run, and just over. I mean, I truly think it was a great double. I don't think he got lucky on that hit at all. I think he definitely hit it over the center fielder's head. But we scored. We scored a run, and everything was awesome. And then Luis let up a couple runs, and it was time to let him go. And Santos, Thornton, those guys came in to contribute, and Munoz gave us a mini heart attack loading the bases.
Mini.
I was like, if we blow this, it's on brand right now for our season. So I'm very glad that he lucked out and was able to get a couple balls his way and get another save. He looked really good on opening night, so I'm not concerned about it.
I
But
mean, he was
now
unhittable.
Yeah,
Was unhittable. He just couldn't, and he wasn't even that wild. Like Aaron was saying on the
yeah,
broadcast, like he's not missing by
just
much.
yeah,
But
no, just missed.
yeah, just put the ball in the zone, and he's not going to be a hit this year.
No, yeah, I know. And so I'm very happy about that, but I am also happy, like I mentioned, Trent Thornton, he got he got rocked on opening day, but then he came in to some serious leverage opportunities and made the most of it. Spire looks amazing. I think that he's definitely a setup man for us, especially as a lefty. I think he looks great. Um, and then Gregory Santos, we've seen him in the sixth, we've seen him in the eighth, we've seen him in, wherever. And he's been able to make do. I mean, he's already passed the innings he's pitched last year. So, um, yeah, I know I'm very happy about the back end of the pen. It's only going to get better with Brash and Troy Taylor. So yeah, looking forward now. So we're 3-4. Like I said, not going to really look into the standings that much because really everybody's trying to figure it out. We go to San Fran. Pitching matchups, kind of strange. The Mariners made a move, reinstated Jorge Polanco team MVP, AL MVP, off the paternity list, but also called up Luis F. Castillo, who made a start already for the Rainiers. So he's in line to make his first major league start. He's 30 years old. He spent a lot of time in the Diamondbacks minor league system. He spent briefly in Detroit and ended up going to Korea, where I feel like he's given Chris Flex an aura. I mean, I feel like it's the same
Ooh.
type of thing. Not saying he's going to stick around for more than a start or two, but I'm happy for him. I mean, I'm gonna be rooting for him. It's kind of stupid that his name is also Luis Castillo, so that's all we're gonna hear tomorrow. But I mean, he can't decide that. So I just hope he makes the most of it. And we just kind of figure it out because it looks like Kirby's not coming back until beginning of May. So we're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
just happy that it's not Jonathan Diaz starting. I'm happy that he was just like the long relief bullpen guy.
Yeah. They
Um,
manipulate his
yeah.
arm a lot. They call him up, they let him pitch like 3 innings in a mop up, then they send him right back down. So there's a plan. I mean, but as far as Luis F. Castillo, they reslotted the rotation, I think, to give a little bit priority of extra rest for Bryce and Brian. I think you want to see your top arms and when we come back to face Houston. Don't know why we're only on the road for the weekend, but hey, I'll take it. It's San Fran. It's just a little short flight. So yeah, I mean, pitching matchups, he's going to be facing Justin Verlander. Am I scared of Justin Verlander? No. We've hit him well the past couple of years. He might pitch, he'll probably get deep into the game, but let's just try to get him out early. We face former Mariner Robbie Ray. I think he's going to give us a little bit more trouble. He was against Cincinnati. He did lose, but he was perfect through six, which was kind of nuts.
Then he got rattled. The
Then he got
pitch clock
absolutely
got him.
rattled by the pitch clock. So if we can get some Mariner fans down at the Bay counting down the pitch clock, that'd be great. And then we wrap up with Wu making a start against his childhood favorite team. So to be honest with you, my prediction, we take 2 out of 3. We'll probably lose today. But then again, we probably were going to lose
Hmm.
Wednesday. So we lose winnable games and we win losable games. So I think we
Uh,
go 2 out of 3.
yeah, I think this is gonna be a fun series. I mean, it's not like the stadium is gonna help us offensively, which is awesome. But Justin Verlander was pretty good in his first start. I'm excited to watch him. I mean, I'm very fascinated by the 42-year-old. Um, and Robbie Ray, that's gonna be such a fun game. He is going to throw a perfect game against us this time. And it'll just pie in Jerry's face like times a billion.
Right.
So you can definitely guarantee that he's going to dominate against us. There's no way he's not. Um, but I could see this going. We're not going to get swept, but we're not going to sweep. We're
Right.
either going to win 1 or 2 games, and that's such a bold prediction. That's like, but it's probably just going to be another, you know, couple pitching duels, maybe a high scoring game. But I'm going to assume it's more the same. And we're still going to be like, yeah,
You're right.
feeling iffy about this team. But I do believe that the offense as a whole will be better than they were last year. Of course, this is the worst start you could imagine, but I think they got some pieces, and I
Right,
would like to think that Jerry is just going to say screw it and be like super aggressive with a couple of their prospects this year because he has to know that the pitch they're not going to keep everybody. If they sign Cal to an extension, they're going to sign Logan to an extension, I'd have to imagine, and George. But when it comes to like Bryce and Brian, like
right,
you're not going to keep everybody. I don't know how much longer Luis is going to be on this roster,
right.
and we don't really have a whole lot of arms in the in the minors right now that are
Yeah.
going to replace him. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Cole Young is definitely going to be in the majors this year. I really hope they're like, screw it, Laz,
Whoa!
you're gonna be
What?
not major league. I'm not saying he's gonna be in the majors this year, but I
Okay.
want there to be at least rumors that they're considering it,
All right, well,
assuming he's
I mean,
playing well.
Harry Ford could also be up as well. I feel like that
He
they'll make
has
the most
to.
of that. He has to.
I
Um,
don't care about the defense. Where put him in left field, I don't
right.
care. If the
They'll
Astros
figure
are
it
gonna
out.
put Altuve in left field, put Harry Ford in left field.
Right. And as we take a look at, as we're wrapping up this episode, obviously kind of a ho-hum vibe to it, but we got the Giants and we also got the Astros, then we got a break. We got a day off, which we'll be recording this next episode, and then we have Texas, which in my mind, let's go ahead and just heat check the division. I actually like that we're playing, three out of the four of our division right now. Let's to get it out of the way. I like it. I don't think that really Texas and Houston are doing any better than we are. It seems like you go on Twitter and every team's fan base is absolutely miserable unless you're the Dodgers or Padres. It seriously does. I mean, like the Red Sox are like DFA Trevor Story, and then you get the Yankees who are like with the torpedo bats, everything's great, but they lose one damn game, and it's like, oh, season's over. Not to mention the Braves falling to 0 and 7. There hasn't been any playoff team that has started 0 and 7. So that's
Yeah, it's wild.
that's wild.
Did you pick the Braves to win the division?
No, we said Philly, but
Oh, we both picked Philly.
yeah,
Okay.
and I'm not writing off the Braves. I think if there's any team to break that mold, I think they were able to do it. But it's just there's some teams that
I
are.
am.
You're writing off the Braves.
Yeah, they're playing Jared Kelenic too much, man.
Well, they need
I'm
to.
playing Jared Kelenic too much on my dynasty team. I need to cut him. But I can't do it. My
Well,
heart won't let me.
they're in the need of a left fielder. I mean, now that Jurickson Profar was busted for roids, so I think Jared Kelenic and Alex Verdugo platoon, man, that should have been a Mariners platoon. That had Mariners platoon
They're
all
both
over it.
lefties. That would
Who
be
cares?
that
They
does
figured
sound
it out.
like a Mariners platoon, just doing something stupid, platooning two lefties at the same time.
Well, if there's anything you guys get out of this episode, Avery now hates the Mariners, and he's now figuring out which team to follow for the rest of the year. But
No, no, no. I'm still pro Mariners. The division sucks. I'm just gonna say it. Texas, they're 5-2, but they have a -7 run differential. Everyone's negative in the American League except for the entire AL East, which
that's
is
crazy.
insane.
Plus 21 for the Yankees run differential.
Yeah,
Um,
do the Mariners? I don't think we have a single torpedo bat.
We're getting them though. There is rumors that a couple teams have ordered them, so we're
We
getting them.
got backlogged.
Yeah, I think Marucci
Yankees
right
got
now
priority.
is their heads on fire. If you're a betting man, buy some Marucci stock. They're figuring it out. But I don't think the torpedo bats are really a factor because I've seen players hit with them not good. The Rays had a bunch of them, and
They
they're not good.
torpedo in the marine layer.
I
Hey,
think I'm seeing a marketing night. Okay, well that's all we got for this episode. Thanks for watching. Go Mariners. Let's go get this one in San Fran. Let's go
Gums.
daddy up on the Astros. And we will see you next time. And we are going to be hyped. Let's
We're
go.
not getting sweeped. We're
Not
not
getting
gonna get sweeped.
swept.
Not here.
Swept is swept. Okay. We're not getting
We're
swept.
not.
We're going to win the damn series. Both of them. That's my prediction. So see you guys
Whoa.
later.